the following reorganizations and transfers of functions are made. First department. The State Department for Arid and Semi-Arid Land has now been transferred to the Ministry of Public Service and Gender. 2. The State Department of Social Protection, Pensions and Senior Citizens has been transferred to the Ministry of Public Service and Gender. 3. The State Department of Special Programs is transferred to the State Department of Social Protection, Pensions and Senior Citizens Affairs, and the department will hereby be renamed as the State Department for Social Protection, Senior Citizens Affairs and Special Programs. The Ministry of Devolution and the ASOLs, that is the Arid and Semi-Arid Land, is hereby reconstituted and renamed as the Ministry of Devolution. The Ministry of Public Service and Gender is hereby reconstituted and renamed as the Ministry of Public Service, Gender, Senior Citizens Affairs, and Special Programs. And finally, the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection is hereby reconstituted and renamed as the Ministry of Labor. 2. Reassignment of Cabinet Secretaries. In accordance with Article 155, Section 5A of the Constitution, the following Cabinet Secretaries have been reassigned. Cabinet Secretary Ambassador Dr. Monica Juma moves from the Ministry of Defense to the Ministry of Energy. Cabinet Secretary Honorable Charles Keter moves and becomes the Cabinet Secretary of the Ministry of Devolution. Cabinet Secretary Honorable Eugene Wamalwa now takes over the Ministry of Defense. Cabinet Secretary Margaret Kobia retains her portfolio, but as you saw earlier, she got more duties, and with the new ministry, it will now be the Ministry of Public Service, Gender, Senior Citizens Affairs, and Special Programs. 3. The reassignment of Principal Secretaries. In accordance with Article 155, Section 4 of the Constitution, the following Principal Secretaries have been reassigned. Principal Secretary Major General Retired Gordon O. Kihalangwa now becomes the Principal Secretary in the State Department of Energy. Dr. Engineer Joseph K. Njoroge now becomes the Principal Secretary of the State Department for Transport. Mr. Solomon Kitungo now becomes the Principal Secretary of the State Department of Public Works. Mr. Nelson Maras Ospita now becomes the Principal Secretary, State Department for Special Protection, Senior Citizens Affairs, and Special Programs. Ladies and gentlemen, those changes take effect immediately. And that hereby concludes my statement for today, and we will circulate the document to the newsrooms for you to be able to tabulate better and analyze it much further. Thank you, and God bless you.